This happened in the Carpathians, not far from the border of a forest reserve. A man named Mikhail went out for a morning walk. He was a volunteer helping the rangers during the winter season, monitoring cameras and feeding stations for wild animals. The day was quiet and frosty. He was walking along a forest path when he heard a sharp, short sound. At first, he thought it was a bird or a falling branch. But the sound repeated. It was a plaintive, broken cry, as if someone was calling for help. He came closer to the edge of a ravine. The slope was steep, abrupt. Mikhail crouched down, leaned forward, and froze. Below, on a narrow strip of land between roots and snow, a lynx was hanging. It had fallen and somehow managed to cling on with its front paws. The lower part of its body was already dangling in the air. It was trying to pull itself up, but the earth beneath was crumbling. Its eyes were full of fear. It wasn't growling or hissing. It was just breathing heavily and digging its claws into the wet soil. Mikhail realized, if it fell, it would die. And there was no time to hesitate. He lay down on his stomach, as close to the edge as possible, and slowly began to reach for it. The lynx looked straight at him, could have lashed out, bitten, or struck with a paw, but it didn't. It just looked. Mikhail stretched out his hand and grabbed its front leg. The claws pierced his sleeve, but he didn't let go. With his other hand, he held onto a root. Snow was falling beneath his chest, his palm was slipping. But he didn't let go. Seconds stretched into eternity. And then a sudden pull. He drew the lynx closer. It gripped the edge with its second paw. And, gathering its last strength, it climbed up. It didn't run away immediately. It stood in front of him for a few seconds. Then it took 2 steps back, glanced over its shoulder, and disappeared into the forest. Without a sound, Mikhail remained lying there. His heart was pounding, his hands were trembling. He didn't know if he had done the right thing. He didn't know if anyone would even understand what he had done. But the next morning, the forest cameras recorded the lynx. The same one, with a spot on its side and a torn ear. It approached the feeding station, and it no longer hid. This story was later told by the rangers. The photo went viral on social media. Some said it was dangerous to approach a wild predator. Others said it was just instinct. But those who were there know, this wasn't about danger. It was about a moment when one living being helps another, without words, without safety gear, simply because they can. Dear friends, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and subscribe to the channel, where our original stories come out every day.